Hello and welcome to my studio. I'm Jessie and this is the Knit Up and Dye podcast, episode 105, So Much to Celebrate. As always, I'm going to start with my thank yous. Thank yous are very important to me. Special thank you goes out to all of my subscribers, both new and ongoing. I love you guys. What you see here is all about you. Send in your questions, comments, suggestions, and I will always do the best I can to make this what you want to see and hear. Hello goes out to Debbie Blue, Polly, and Warp F1. Thank you for adding me to your lives. Special love and thanks goes out to Amy, Toonie, Glenda, Tara, Diane, Allison, Barbara, Lib, Joy, Adriana, Wayne, Sonia, Patricia, Lisa Lette, Cappy, Kath, Jorge, Chris, Benty, Christy, Nietzsche, Charlotte, Roseanne, Linda, Marie, Eve, David, Donna, Betty Ann, Scott, John, Kate, Janet, Terry, Monica, Carolyn, Nancy, and Rachel. Much love goes out to my Zoom family, Robert, Juanita, Paula, Brian, Jen, Elizabeth, Katie, Shirley, Roz, and Jamie. Hi guys. Warm hello and thank you goes out to all of my patrons. You honor me. You make this possible. I'm home. I went to my trunk show this past week up at Unwound in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and I had just the best time ever. So much. Classes and people and patterns and yarn, and I had an absolute ball. And if you were following on Instagram, you get to see little bits of it. It was a whirlwind. It was amazing. I feel like I was there for an hour. I feel like I was there for a month. It's amazing how much time gets distorted when you're outside of your environment. Thursday we had our Kato Hat knit along cast on party. That was great fun. Some math was done and we figured out that with all the colors of minis that I brought, that there was the possibility of over 95,000 different combinations. This is my current combination. I cast this on. Most unfortunately, I discovered late in the trunk show that there was an error in the pattern. I've tried to reach out to everyone. I've sent a correction out on Ravelry for you folks. And certainly if you got the paper copy in the shop, go to the shop. The shop has the corrected copy for you. But there was an error in my instructions for the decreases on the crown, and I am so sorry to anyone that I caused inconvenience to. I think I know what happened. I think I had the wrong chart and I based the instructions off a sample chart that I had used while I was trying to figure out how to best convey the color changes to you folks. And I blew it. I am human. However, I have corrected it. It is all fixed now, and those corrections are out. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me and I will get you a corrected copy if you aren't already getting the updated copy from Ravelry. Friday, I had a class on pairing hand-dyed yarns as well as how they interact with patterns. That was fantastic. It was very, very intense. There was a lot of information that I conveyed very, very quickly to people, but I think everybody gained a lot from it. Everybody seemed really happy with it, and certainly I'm still open to questions anytime. There was significant class material that I hope answered anything that I missed or didn't get in depth with. There was a lot to cover. When you start talking about color, there is so many different things that interact, especially when you start pairing things, and you're pairing things that are as color interactive as hand-dyed yarns. I had a great time. It was a fun class to teach, and it was great interacting with people individually afterwards to help them pair yarns and to see how colors influence other colors, which is it's magic. It's a really neat thing to see when you start to pair hand dyes with other solids or other hand dyes and see how that changes your perception of the colors that are there. Sunday we had my monkey brunch. That is always great fun. Thank you everyone who attended. I love getting out of the shop and being off site for a little bit and sitting down over good food, good coffee, and just hanging out and talking. I talked a little bit about my fears and my vulnerabilities and stage fright, and we all shared with each other. And then I smashed a bottle of wine all over the floor by mistake. Because being on stage and talking in front of a group in public isn't scary enough. I made sure that I did some property damage while I was at it. It's all very embarrassing. The restaurant was fantastic. They understood that display that happens with their displays from time to time. But wow, when I do something, I go big. I make a splash. I want to really thank everybody involved in making my weekend so much fun, sharing their time, their thoughts, their energy with me, and making my trunk show a success. There are names I have forgotten. They've slipped my mind. Your face is still embedded in my heart, and I love you. I want to thank Kate, Alex, Janet, Matt, Terry, Todd, Amy, Karen, Carrie, Liz, Tawny, Susan, Carmen, Jess, Barbara, Mandy, Lisa, Sarah, Shell, and everyone else whose names escape me at the moment. You guys are in my heart. You mean a lot to me, and I'm so grateful that you took the time to come out and spend time with me. We have booked my next trunk show. I can't tell you how family this is, how important this is, how much I love this, how excited I am to go up again, to have more opportunities to spend with you folks. I love doing my trunk shows at Unwound. My next show is October 17th through 20th this fall, and I am in preparation already. Yay! So moving on. Hand spinning. That's camping. I didn't take it with me. However, while I was out, I didn't bring it over. I have to bring it. I'll be right back. While I was away from my trunk show, I was able to get out and do some shopping, both at Unwound and a couple other yarn stores. And I bought something. I bought a roving braid. I don't know how to say this. I'm going to guess. I think it's newbie. I'm a newbie, so I'm calling it a newbie. Maybe it's noob. This is a Malabrigo. It is 100% pure merino wool. It is 4 ounces. The colorway, I'm going to kill this as well, Mostanza, Mostanza. The color is so beautiful. This color makes me so happy. It's olives and black, and there's some golds and some browns in here. There's a little bit of a hint of like an orange, and there's overall kind of a feeling of maybe a navy, a little bit of gray smoky color in there. This colorway just turns me on. And I thought, what better way to encourage my hand spinning than to have this available, have this sitting out waiting for me to get my skill set in play, to be able to spin this up. It sounds maybe a little too hopeful. This scares me. I look at this and I think there's no way I can make something beautiful out of this. Maybe it's always just going to be art and I can look at pretty roving, but I really want to get to the point where I can sit down and I can hand spin this for myself. It's beautiful. I love it. And I'm going to aim for this. This is my golden goblet, my award for doing this. So more focus is going to go into my drop spindle and get to the point where I can actually use this. I'm very excited about that. So I haven't done any hand spinning. I've been traveling and I didn't take my drop spindle with me. Too much else going on, really, just so much going on that I wouldn't have had a moment. But it's on my mind. It's on my mind. You enablers. You're killing me. So that's spinning status. Nothing great. If I leverage myself properly today, I may be able to get my 15 minutes of practice in. I'm really going to try to do that. What have I been knitting? Oh boy. So I've been travel knitting. You saw that I finished my watermelon socks. I had referred to those as compression socks. I was going to wear them on the airplane and use those as a compression sock. They're a little bit tight on me. I wore a different pair of tight socks on the flight up to Wisconsin, and they worked very nicely. I was actually very happy with it and thinking, oh, this is, you know, the watermelon socks are going to be the thing. This is going to work out really well. And when I got there, I was pulling my luggage off of the luggage turnstile thing, and I dropped my bag squarely on my right foot. Unbeknownst to everybody that I saw during my trunk show, I broke my middle toe. It is not a pretty color. I'm glancing down at it. It's not a pretty color. The nail bed is black. There was significant pain and swelling associated to that. Everybody who was at the trunk show was going, really? You didn't seem to be in pain. I am an actress. My foot hurt. So with that pain and swelling, I never tried the compression socks. I was already compressed enough in my shoes. I didn't need any extra help with that. And just getting into socks was a little bit uncomfortable. So I have saved those, and they will be going with me when I go back in October. And I think they are fabulous for travel. I think that the tight socks that I was wearing on the trip up were wonderful. I didn't even wear socks on the trip back. I was plenty swollen and really didn't need any extra help there. If anything, compressing it probably would have not been a good thing. So surprise! I get to spend my summer with a black toe. It's minor, it's way out on the tip, I can still walk, it just is swollen and hurts, and yeah, you know, it always, right before sandal season, right? It's like a curse. And of course, when I get home, my dogs very exuberantly stepped all over it. So I've been a little sore. My watermelon socks, they're done, they're beautiful, and they're waiting for my next trip. I did some casting on for travel knitting for my trunk show. You know, while I was on the plane and everything, I wanted to have knitting with me. And I had cast on the Stormy Sky Shawl by Life is Cozy and did not touch it once. Simply just didn't get to it. Never got to it. I had also cast on an improvised cowl, and that became the ideal knitting for me while I was on the plane. And I finished it, and I love it. It's a very simple cowl. It's in the round. Wow, look at what the camera does with the colors on that. I am amazed. The camera really picks up the pooling. I mean, I can see it here in person, but the camera really digitizes that and makes it neat. You can see that there is some really interesting pooling that happened in this. I did this on a US 9, and it is a 4x1 rib. When I flip it to the inside or outside, depending on how I want to wear it, you can see that texture come right up, and you can see the ribbing in place there. I'm trying to cover my face so that the camera picks up the detail. And otherwise, I've got a low relief version as well. And you can see how the pooling shifted and changed. That's my tension changing as I worked on this over the course of my week. I love it. I think that is just fun and neat. I love what that camera is doing with that. That is so much fun. The yarn was beautiful. Let me see if I can find my label for it. I believe this was a Manos del Uruguay. Here it is. And it is their Maxima base. It is 100% merino. It is a single extra fine merino wool. The colorway is M8881. Means nothing. It was 210 yards over 100 gram skein. Like I said, I did it with a US 9 and just cast on, I think, 100 stitches and did this 4x1 rib. I love it. I'm looking forward to wearing it. It knit up nice and big and fluffy, and it covers my neck. I still need to weave in ends, obviously, and there's tails. But it gives me a nice, big, high, warm, scrunchy neck warmer, and I'm super thrilled with it. That was great fun to do. I finished it up after I got home. I only had maybe 10 rows left to do on it, and bound it all off, and yay, I made a thing, and it is beautiful. I'm really happy to have done that. Like I said, I did the cast on for the Kato hat, and I knit that in shop, and I also started a new project while I was out there. If you're following me on Instagram, you already know I'm not a huge fan of crochet. I struggle with the stitches. I've talked to you guys about this before, that the way that I learned was English crochet versus most patterns are written in American crochet, and the stitches, the words for the stitches reference different actual techniques. So it's very confusing to me, and I just generally struggle with it. I struggle with it. And Janet, one of the owners at Unwound, had this gorgeous project that she had made, this shawl that she did, and it used some of my yarn, and it was just beautiful. And when I looked at it at first, it looked like it was woven. And I was like, I didn't think Janet wove. Yeah, that didn't know her to be a weaver. And that's just really beautiful. I love my yarn in that, and I love the project. The texture is gorgeous. Everything is gorgeous about it. And I looked a little closer at it, and it looked to me like maybe it was a seed stitch or a linen stitch, and I'm thinking, no way am I working linen stitch over the course of a triangle shawl. No, that's more than I can bear. That's a lot of stitching. And it used like 4 different colors of fingering weight, and the idea of linen stitching that kind of yardage quite honestly made me dizzy and ill. And then she said, it's crochet. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And it's such a simple pattern. It's so easy. It's really basic crochet stitches. If you're an early crocheter, or if you're frustrated by it like I am, you can do this. I am very confident in this. This is a pay-to-play pattern available on Ravelry. The pattern is called Through the Clouds Shawl, and it is by, let's see if I can get this, Rachie Newin. Rachynewin. Through the Clouds Shawl. It is just beautiful. Pardon my folded up, crunched up pattern. I've been carrying it with me. I bought a hook. I decided I had to do this. I had to do this, and I knew that if I cast it on while I was there at Unwound, I had support. I had people there that could coach me through my crochet issues, and they did every step of the way, and I appreciate all of your patience and help. Kate, you are a saint. And Janet, the tips for how to work this, thank you. If you cast it on once and it's a success, I don't know how you do it. That's witchcraft. I'm pretty sure every good project has to be cast on at least 3 times. I cast this on. I didn't feel confident with my stitches. I didn't feel that I was making progress, and I could see where I was splitting stitches well into my 14th iteration of this, where I never got further than like my 13th row. I cast this on 14 times before I had my aha moment and could really read the stitches, really see what was going on, and know what I needed to do. At which point I had a couple errors in it, and one of the things that really challenges me about crochet is I can't just work over to the stitch and drop down and fix stitches in the row below. You have to rip back. You have to rip back. Knitting is such a luxury that we can drop back down and correct stitches. We can correct cables. We can correct a knit into a pearl into a knit, a yarn over. We can insert, decrease. We can do anything simply by dropping back down. Crochet does not work that way, and that's a challenge for me. I really love having that luxury in knitting. I really miss that luxury in crochet. So having gotten all the way to like my 13th row on my 14th cast on, I was finally at that aha moment, and I could see what was going on, and I decided, okay, I'm confident, I get it, I'm gonna do this. I ripped the whole thing all the way back to square one so that I could cast on and do it with no errors all the way through. And I went back to my hotel room that evening, confident that I knew what I was doing and I've got this, and I cast it on 7 more times. I think I was tired. No, I know I was tired. I know my head wasn't screwed on quite straight at that point, and I had been just the tiniest little bit overconfident. And what I was doing was casting on and working the first row, which is all done in one color, and then you change colors to start the second row. And I was looking at where the tail was and confusing it with knitting and thinking that that was where I needed to put the next row. And I was trying to put row 2 on the cast on edge rather than on top of row 1. 22 cast ons total. But now I've got it. Now I have ripped back one more time since then, just because I had missed a stitch and I found it. But look what I've accomplished. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. The pattern has actually, it calls for 3 colors. I'm going to be doing it with 4. My inspiration piece had 4 colors in it, so I'm going to add to it. And there's a lot of creative flexibility in this. You can really change up the striping, the color work, and do anything you want. I love the texture. I love the colors. I love how it all lines up. I love that it looks woven. I love what it does with hand-dyed yarns. I love how it stacks. Clearly I'm enamored with this project. Do I like working crochet? No. But I'm getting stuff done, and I'm feeling much more confident about it, and I feel like my work is really in a good place. I feel like I'm getting somewhere, and that this is going to be really lovely. I'm so happy with it. And I can look at my work and I can read my work, and I don't see any mistakes. That doesn't mean they're not there. But I'm feeling really confident with this. And I am having to remind myself, it's kind of, the pattern's rewritten in my head into the way I understand crochet. But I'm accomplishing the called for stitches. I just call them something different than what the pattern dubs them as. And it's language. I got this. So I'm crocheting a project. Wow. Through the Cloud Shawl, Rachie Newen. I am loving it. I'm loving it. Again, this is a pay-to-play pattern. It is available on Ravelry. And I am making good progress. I'm happy with it, and you're going to see more of this. I'm using a number of different yarns. I don't know if I have all of my labels here available. I am using Unwound Teal. This is specifically the Hickson sock yarn available through Unwound right now. These are their in-store yarns, and it is the most gorgeous shade of teal. Alex, you nailed it. This is their logo color. This is their theme color. And this is, I love this teal. This is absolutely beautiful. None of my yarns are going to be in this shawl. I like really digging into other people's yarns, seeing other yarns, and exploring other indie yarns. I have one color here that is by Fairy Tale Knits. It is her Hercules sock. It is a Corriedale nylon blend. The color is May the 4th. It is a Star Wars theme color. I have, let's see if I can find my other labels. I don't know what I've done with my other label. Is it in the yarn still? It is not in the yarn. I may have misplaced one of my labels. I'm still digging, guys. Let me see if I can find it. It is missing. I don't know. As soon as I find it, I will let you know. I also have here from the Unwound Brand yarns now. River Bottom, this is also in the Hickson sock. It is the most beautiful shade of dark chocolate brown. Again, Alex, you nailed it. That color is gorgeous. That's going to be in here. It's going to be really, really lovely. Let me stack these yarns for you. Haha. I love these. I love them together. I'm excited to be using them. I'm going to try to find that other label. It's here somewhere. I know it has to be. I must have put it in a different bag. But these are the colors that I'm using. They're all going to interact with each other in this wonderful way that makes it look very, very woven. And I can't wait to finish it. I'm really hoping that I get to get this completed before my next trunk show so I can wear it back up there and show off my crochet prowess. You would think that I was doing something complicated or standing on my head. For me, it is. Crochet is just a little bit of a challenge for me because of the vocabulary differences, so I'm super proud that I didn't give up and that I'm going to do that and accomplish it. Maybe the label got twisted into my pattern here. No, it's just plain missing. I will find it and I will try to let you guys know what that yarn was. So I worked on that rather extensively. I'm definitely getting my money's worth out of that yarn as I've worked it 22 times, but it's beautiful. It's sumptuous. I'm happy to use it, and I am really, really excited about that project. Before I left, I also cast on another project that did not travel with me. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm looking forward to working it. I need to finish my swatch and test my swatch. Wash it, block it, make sure that my gauge is correct before I go any further, because I love it so much. I don't want to be wrong. I'm dropping things. I don't want to be wrong. I really want this to come out proper, and that's really important to me. I talked to you guys about the yarn I got from Shannon Shaw. This is her Acromantula Colony colorway on her Kraken DK. It is 100% superwash merino. It is beautiful. I ordered a sweater quantity of it. It reminds me of sea glass. I think it's gorgeous. I started my swatch. I simply ran out of time and wasn't able to complete my swatch and get my gauge solid before I could take it with me to work the project. This is my gauge swatch in progress. I'm loving what the yarn is doing. I love how the colors are intermingling and how from a distance it is giving me a beautiful sea glass green. I think that's going to be gorgeous. The colors really are a pewter, a silver, a cream, a light teal, and kind of a mossy foresty green, all in nice light tones that are all blending beautifully together. The sweater I've chosen that I'm going to knit is a pattern by Elizabeth Doherty. It is her Brickyard pattern, and I don't have a good picture for you. I just have my black and white print. It is an A-line. It has this beautiful brick stitch at the top with a lovely curved yoke that goes down into this, like I said, A-line. It is in the round, top down, seamless. She speaks the song of my people. And she has in here a lot of good notes about where to make changes. When it comes to armhole depth, that's where I have a challenge on every sweater. And she specifically goes, this is where you adjust, this is how you adjust. Elizabeth, I'm very excited about working this. I have a lot of hopes that this is going to be spot on perfect for me, and I can't wait to knit it up so I can brag to everybody about this pattern. Very, very happy to have found this. This is just right up my alley, and if I can get this to work, everybody's going to know it. Everybody's going to know it. Check out Brickyard again, Elizabeth Doherty, and this is a pay-to-play. It's available on Ravelry. She has a number of gorgeous, gorgeous designs. This is the first of her designs that I'm going to be working, and you'll be hearing more about those if I can make a success of this design. So that's, let me catch up. I got my cheat sheet. Let me catch up and make sure I have talked about everything. Crochet, I know, right? That's crazy. Yarn acquisitions. I bought yarn. I know, shock and awe, surprise. Yeah, I'm in a yarn store. How can I not buy yarn? I picked up, and I'm going to dig around down here real quick because I brought stuff over. I picked this up at Unwound. These are so beautiful. Mary's hand-spun art yarn. Mary Gripkowski, she does spinning. She spins each one of these skeins by hand. I think she said she's using a wheel rather than, she must be using a wheel rather than a drop spindle. But she told me it's, each one of these is a day. It's so beautiful. The base is called Faux Cashmere. It's nylon. It feels like a cloud. It is soft and fluffy and aerated and heavy and dense and warm and just gorgeous. I have 216 yards of this in this, yeah, it says spun on wheel, in this black, stormy, cloudy color. So beautiful, so beautiful. I love this. Hand dyed faux cashmere. It's a nylon. It feels, oh my goodness. I could bathe in this. I don't know what I'm making. I think I'm gonna make a big hooded cowl. It's just, it's sumptuous. It's sumptuous. And to go with it, I got 144 yards of this beautiful raspberry color. It is so stunning. The raspberry has like a smoky undertone that is going to be just beautiful with this black. It was one of the hardest decisions I made all week. She had grays and vibrant blues and a beautiful teal. I wanted all of it. I wanted all of it. Mary came in. I got to see her and meet with her and visit with her again. Your work is beautiful, Mary. Absolutely beautiful. And I am so proud to have these, and I can't wait to work them up. I have, like I said, very rough idea of what I want, but I think I want to do a hooded cowl so that when the weather is foul, I can just pull something up and be all snuggy and warm in this. And I'm so in love with it. Can you see? I'm so in love with it. And I also bought, oh yes, these were so beautiful. I bought 2 skeins of this. This is 3 Irish Girls yarn. If you have not seen their yarn, you need to check out their yarn. Absolutely beautiful. These are hand dyed as well. This is their Cavan, C-A-V-A-N, fingering. It is 100% merino wool. This is a fine fingering. The colorway is Ellis, E-L-L-I-S. I love this so much. Is that not beautiful? Let's get that turned around. 3 Irish Girl yarns. There is gold, there is eggplant, there is a violet in here, there's a dark brown in here. They all blend and move into each other and apart. So beautiful, so beautiful. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this, but I absolutely had to have it. It's gorgeous. That chestnut color, oh, and there's radiant gold, copper tones in here, and the eggplant just makes me so happy. I love dark, dark purple like that. And paired up, my favorite color combinations in the world. I love a teal with a lime. I think those 2 colors are gorgeous together. I love orange, construction cone orange with denim blue. Love that color combination together. And I love an eggplant and a gold. That's it. Those color combinations just make me happy. And I look at this and it just looks warm and loving and comfortable, and I need to come up with something exquisite for this color, for this yarn. 3 Irish Girls Yarn Inc. You should check them out. I highly recommend. Beautiful, beautiful yarn. So that was acquisitions. I There were a couple other acquisitions, run-of-the-mill stuff, nothing all that wonderfully exciting. I did take time to run around in La Crosse, and I stopped into Pearl Street and I bought taffy because this is so bad for me. I love it. I also bought gummy bears, and I bought some, strawberry bonbons. These remind me of my great aunt. She often had these in her house, or in her usually in her purse, and she would give me one of these. And that jammy center, oh, I just think of her. I love it. And I found this. It just makes me happy. I don't even know what the candy is in it, but the little symbol monkey makes me just crazy. I love the grin on his face. It's a silly toy. I love it. It makes me happy. And I've got little gummy bears, and I got some lavender gum and other little things like that. They also have an ice cream shop where they hand make waffle cones that you can smell from a block away. Full of things I should not eat. I had one, and there was ice cream in my ears. I know it. They have dairy-free ice cream, which made me very happy. I had a big scoop of that on a waffle cone with friends. We all hung out, and what fantastic memory that I can look back at that evening, and I can smell the waffle cone, and I can think of the success of the day, and I can think of sitting around with friends and laughing. Thank you guys. You have no idea. You are one of those snapshots in my memory forever. What else did I get? Oh, yes! Right here. My friend Janet, I don't have any of her labeled products. I wish I did, because her logo is so cute. She just started her own little company making stitch markers and progress keepers. And she has dubbed her company Rhymes with Stitch. She has this cute little cat on her logo. I have little coffee cup, teacup stitch markers. I don't know how well the camera's going to catch this. And she gave me these adorable little sweaters that are still on the needles. Let's see if I can line myself up. Aren't those adorable? And little twisted up balls of yarn with needles in them. And a pair of progress keepers that I'm wearing as earrings. I don't have them with me. I just wore them. Not my circus, not my monkeys, stamped on a coin. So cute. Very me. And last but not least, my absolute favorite, monkey stitch markers. Aren't those awesome? I love them. I love them. She gave these to me, and I'm sure it was right after I said thank you and how much I love them. I'm almost positive I said I have to go cast on like 100 projects so I can use all these. These are available at Unwound. I love them. Janet, thank you so much. I'm going to be going and changing out stitch markers just so I can use them, because they are super cool. Acquisitions, crazy, all kinds of fun stuff. I also had the great pleasure and surprise. I'm digging. I should be up looking at you guys, not just digging. Y'all know about the fundraiser I did for Paperback Rider, so that my friend Terry could get a specialized bike for her little free library so that she can ride to parks, pop up this big display, and have all of the books for her little free library right there for kids and adults alike to get free books. Did this fundraiser, super proud that we were able to raise money for that. She got her trike. It's been delivered, it's been assembled, and she has been out in public with it. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen pictures of it. She has really cool swag that she's handing out, including some bracelets. I don't have my bracelet with me, Terry. What did I do with it? It is, I thought I brought it here to show. I think it's in my jewelry box. I'm wearing it. Well, not at the moment. And of course, free books, but she also has these great backpacks, these drawstring bags that I obviously got one of. And she filled it with all kinds of thank you gifts for me that, oh, I knew I had it. She has wristbands that are made up with paperback rider on them, and she has them in orange and she has them in glow in the dark that she hands out to the kids. Ha 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 ha. Knew I had it. But she filled this backpack with all kinds of thank you swag for me, and there's some really fun things in it. Archie McPhee has the coolest stuff, including, haha, a stress alpaca. You squeeze him. Is that not the coolest thing? All these little bubbles come out. Try to block me so I can show you guys. I love this stress alpaca. Or maybe he's a drama llama. I don't know. He's so cute. Archie McPhee. They have wild, crazy, fun, wonderful stuff, including a devil ducky for my bath time fun. I gotta get him out. Is that not adorable? All kinds of little finger monsters, finger puppets. There's a notebook in here. She hit me with all kinds of wonderful, wonderful swag. And just thank you gift stuff. Notebooks. Cool, cool stuff. There's so much in here. Little finger monsters. And she hands out a lot of little swag like this to kids. Really just a loving, caring, beautiful soul who really is making an impact in her community, and I'm so proud to have been a supporter of that, and I thank every one of you for your contributions as well. It means a lot. It makes a huge difference. Terry so generously, wonderfully surprised me. She had the trike in the store for me. It made the coolest yarn display ever. And she made me a monkey of my very own. Last fall when I was out, I had talked to her. She knits these really cute monkeys. And I said, if I supply the yarn, would you make me a monkey? And she said, absolutely. And I bagged up a whole bunch of my minis and yarn, and I sent it to her with a little note that said, monkey parts, some assembly required. And she made me a monkey. And not only a monkey, she made him a rubber chicken as well, and a little hat to wear. And the hat is a mini version of the Kato hat, which is so cool that she downsized my pattern and he's wearing my pattern. This is my monkey. He has the sweetest little face and he's got the cutest little head tilt. He stepped in purple dye and he trooped it all around. It's all over his feet, and he's got dye on his fingers just like my logo. Isn't he adorable? And this sweet little face, and look at the hat. Isn't that cute? And his own rubber chicken. Yay! I've been calling him Precious. He means the world to me. He is so cute. I just adore this guy. And I suspect he's going to end up with a lot of different accessories, and he's going to hang out here with us. And Terry, thank you so much. You have no idea what Precious means to me. He's the coolest. What else is going on? What have I been dyeing? Nothing. I haven't been here. And I do have some custom orders that came in. I am waiting for base. I just placed my order yesterday with my supplier, and I have base coming in this week, and then I'm going to dye and get caught up. If you're waiting for a custom order, my apologies for the delay. I'm going to punch it out just as fast as soon as I have it. It's just a matter of getting the base in. New bases are coming. I just did a massive upload to my shop. There will be more about that later. But new stuff is coming as well, and I'm very excited to start dyeing on an expanded base line. What have I been designing? You saw this shawl. I still haven't named it. I haven't been home. I haven't focused on anything yet, but that's going to get written up. We're going to get that out to my tech editor, and then we're going to prep for testing. So that's exciting. While I was out at the trunk show, I had the extreme pleasure of being able to spend time with the Kato Hat inspiration, Keiko herself. So honored that she came in, so glad that she came in. It really meant a lot to me that I be able to present her with the pattern that she inspired, and I think she was pretty delighted herself. Things like that mean a lot to me, and I hope that they mean a lot to the people that I do these for and in inspiration of. She brought more hats with her. She's been busy knitting a lot more hats. She knits a bunch of hats and she donates them to charity. And there was one there that caught my eye, and I talked to her and I said, this could be another pattern, and she was pretty happy with that. So there's another version of the Kato hat coming. It's not going to be another version. It's another design. It's a whole independent standalone design I am working on, and my goal is to have that ready before the next trunk show, and it's going to involve a little bit of color work, and there's going to be some options where you can have a little bit of color work or a little bit more color work. And I look forward to working on that and presenting that and showing that to you guys as we travel through the next few months. I'm also taking part in a mystery design along, and there'll be more information about that as that kicks off. I'm working with the owner of Unwound, one of the owners of Unwound, Kate. She's the founding owner, and she is... Kate, I don't have words for you. She's amazing. She's a dynamo. She's a tornado. She is inspiring and powerful and creative and incredibly intelligent, and I just admire her to death. And we are going to do a mystery design along with each other, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun. She's working Clue 1 now and sending me the companion yarns, and I'm going to develop the other companion yarns and send those to her with her Clue 2. So we're each going to be testing each other's clues and developing. What fun. It's so much fun. I can't wait to see what she's going to send me and figure out how I'm going to jump off on the design from that point and move it forward. Fun, challenge, and exciting. There's so much going on right now, and I'm having so much fun with all of it. I'm very blessed. I have a lot to celebrate. In lines with all the things that I'm celebrating is my 4th anniversary. Dye Monkey Yarns turned 4. And I'm having a great big anniversary sale. If you use coupon code MONKEYDANCE, MONKEYDANCE, you get 30% off everything in my shop until June 15th. That is my way of celebrating. I just want to get as much yarn out into as many hands as possible. That's why I do a deep discount, just to celebrate all of the success of the shop, all of the fun I've had dyeing, and all of the people I've been able to reach with my yarns. Please feel free to use that coupon code, unless you are one of my patrons. If you are one of my patrons, you have received an alternate coupon code that entitles you to a higher percentage off. Please feel free to make use of that. That coupon is all month long. If you decide to become a patron, you get that coupon code as well. What does it mean to be a patron? A patron is someone who supports me financially. The financial amounts are your choice. They're your choice. There are a number of different levels available. Every one of them has a reward. Those rewards are done in terms of credits that you can exchange for discounts or yarn. This month, don't use your credits to exchange for a coupon code. Use the coupon code that I've given you and save those credits for yarn in the future, or exchange them for free yarn, whatever you want. including custom orders. You can exchange your credits for a custom dye job. Benefit emails are going to go out later today regarding your credit statuses. The anniversary sale for patrons goes through the entire month of June. Otherwise, feel free to use Monkey Dance for 30% off. There's also a super secret bonus. If your order sells out a listing in my Etsy shop, I'm refunding your shipping to you. So if there's a onesie twosie left over there and that skein catches your eye, grab it, because if that sells out that listing, I'm going to refund your shipping on your entire order. Yay! Super secret bonus. I love doing things like that. I love surprising you guys with extra bonuses. I love creating yarns and knitting projects and designing patterns. I might love crocheting projects, and I might love spinning projects. We're developing new craft here. I think that's everything I have to share with you. I feel like there is a bazillion million other things that I didn't tell you about that were a huge part of my trunk show, that were great fun, that I loved. I tried very hard to share things through my Instagram feed. I hope that you had the opportunity to follow me there. If not, following me now, you can look at my history and you can see the stuff there. Tried to take a lot of photos for you guys. It's a fantastic experience, and like I said, I will be back up there October 17th through the 20th of this fall, so 2019. And if you have the opportunity to be there, please come. We have a great time. There's a lot of fun to be had. I think that's everything I have for you guys. I need to go and get this edited and get this out to you. I need to pack some orders because some people are already checking out that sale, and I need to start designing a new hat pattern. And I think that's everything for now. I love you guys. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here with me. Thanks for coming and having fun with me. And I'll see you next time. Bye.